Hi, I'm Emily Canal. I'm Inc.'s resident Shark Tank expert, and this is a special edition of Tips from the Tank. Today I'm reviewing a company called Pooch Selfie, which was a really great concept and a really compelling founder, but the pitch wasn't so great. Here's 3 ways it could have been better. On season 10, Jason Hernandez was pitching his company Pooch Selfie, which basically is an attachment to your cell phone that gets your dog's attention so he looks at the camera. He was seeking $100,000 for 20% of the business, which is based in San Diego. He came in with his dog and his wife and showed the sharks that he loves taking pictures of his pet Logan, but he couldn't always get Logan to look at the camera clearly. That's why he created this product. The ball at the top of his phone grabs Logan's attention. It even has a squeaky capability, and he gets great pictures with his dog. Jason's pitch wasn't the best I've seen on Shark Tank. It wasn't because he didn't have a good product, he just didn't know how to make his pitch great. First off, he was really nervous. He knew all the numbers of his business, but when the sharks asked him, he couldn't really recall them and said he needed to take a minute.
How many units was that? Do you know how many units you've sold total?
Off the top of my head, I have a little bit of deer in headlights, so I don't know.
All right.
Take a breath, but do you know? I mean, if you weren't nervous right now, do you have a good handle on the numbers? So take a breath and tell us, give us the whole picture.
The sharks were pretty interested in his product, but as they started asking him questions, he was getting a little nervous and stumbling a bit. When asked if this was his sole priority, if this was what his job was, he said no. He's an electronics salesman. He has a 1-year-old at home. He has a spouse. He has Logan he needs to feed. And this is where things start taking a turn for him. He starts getting really emotional, talking about the fact that people are trying to copy his product, and that's really hard for him. He's put so much effort into this, and he knows that his pet won't be around forever and wants to take good pictures and wants other people to be able to have that opportunity. He's breaking down, he's crying, he's talking about the frustrations that so many entrepreneurs face on a daily basis. And that seems to tug at the heartstrings of one shark in particular, the people shark, Daymond John. Daymond admitted that he had lost his dog Spartan not too long ago and didn't have any pictures like the ones Jason had of Logan. And Daymond made him an offer. He's like, look, I will give you the $100,000, but I want 33 1/3. Jason made a classic mistake of asking if any other sharks were interested in offering him a deal, which didn't go well. All the sharks said no, and thankfully, Daymond didn't change his offer or also back out. He kept his offer terms, and Jason ended up accepting Daymond's offer for $100,000 for 33 1/3%.
Daymond, I'd love to partner with you.
All right.
Smart man.
There you go.
Ooh, I was about to take it back. I was, because I wanted you to be decisive. All right?
All right, congratulations.
So Pooch Selfie was a great product, but the pitch needed a little work. Here's 3 ways we think it could have been improved. So 1, practice your pitch. This is a pretty basic thing, and I'm not saying that Jason didn't do it, but he obviously didn't feel comfortable. You need to feel comfortable and know your numbers and be able to recall anything, even if you need to take a breath. Jason even said himself he was feeling a little bit like a deer in headlights, and that's totally fine. He's on TV. But I think with a little more practice, he would have felt more fluid with those basic questions that he knew they were going to ask him. 2, hone in on what you want the investment for. In Jason's case, he wanted to do 3 things with the $100,000. He wanted to redesign his entire product so it had more compatibility with other cell phones. He also wanted to redo the packaging so there was less of a need for customer education. And 3rd, he wanted to expand his next product, which held a dog treat instead of a ball at the top of a phone. You need to hone in on what you need the money for and how you're going to use that to scale your business. 1 thing is enough. And 3, engage and connect with your investors. Jason talked about how much he loved his pet Logan and how he wanted good pictures with Logan because Logan wouldn't be around forever. He missed a critical opportunity to ask the sharks if they were pet owners. If he had done this, he would have been able to focus his pitch towards that investor. We now know, because Daymond John offered up this information, that he had just lost his dog Spartan. And that was a soft spot for Daymond. If he hadn't engaged the investors, asked a question, participated with them a little bit more, he would have gotten that information up front and been able to just target Daymond towards his pitch or anyone else who happened to be a pet owner. I'm Emily Canal, and thanks for watching this episode of Tips from the Tank.